And okay, go ahead.
What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I am Mark the Mike, I'm joined by Lou Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And like always, we have a lot of wrestling. So, before we get into wrestling, we always do our wrestling retrospect. Last week's pick was Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yeah, sir. I wanted to pick somebody that I thought was different from usual,
Yeah.
but has not been around in a while. I do you know if he's had anything recently? No, right?
Not that I know of. I know he did some signings here and there, but he hasn't really been, like, out and about kind of thing.
Okay, he's not one of those people that turned up like just to do a match or something. Okay,
Nah.
okay. All right,
I
got you.
think he
Cool.
did some acting. He's been in a couple
Yeah, I
movies.
seen that. Yes, that's 100% true. Um, check out Blood and Bone if you want to see a bad movie with Ernest the Cat Miller in.
There you go.
So for the retrospect this week, I started off with one that you suggested, and that is Norman Smiley versus Ernest the Cat Miller. This is uh, April 10th, 1999,
Nice.
WCW Saturday Night. So it's a 99 match. One thing I forgot about Ernest the Cat Miller was that his manager was Sonny Ono.
Yeah, I did
So that
forget
made me
that
like
too.
that made me like Shabifu.
And then he had a chick with him after a while too. She was a
I
Nitro
believe
girl.
so. Yeah, I think she's one of the girls that later on. Did she start wrestling or no? I don't remember.
She didn't. She only did it with that character, and other than that, she didn't wrestle after that.
Okay, understood. All right. So she was familiar. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this match, it's I found out later doing the research that they fought multiple times. They had a rivalry.
Yeah.
This one is Norman in the red trunks. So if you see the picture, check that out. Um, and this one is literally the battle of the dances.
Yes.
So in the beginning, there's like a few, like 2 good minutes of the it's Smiley comes out first, does the big whip, and the crowd is in love with him. There's dudes in the crowd with like Smiley painted on their bodies, like old school football dudes. Like he's crazy. And then the cat comes out with the smoke. He does the James Brown,
Yeah.
and so he gets mad because Smiley keeps trying to interrupt him with the big wiggle. So that's like the whole stick of the match is they're having a wrestling match, but every few minutes, it's not that long, but then they'll break out into doing taunts. It's really good, really good. And of course, the cat wins by cheating. Yes.
All right. My first one will be Ernest the Cat Miller versus Booker T. This will be on WCW Saturday Night. March 20th, 1989.
Okay.
And like I'll say one thing about his matches, he always has a crazy ass promo before it, and he goes all out, and then him and Booker T kind of went back and forth, and then they fought. Booker T kicked his ass, but Ernest was funny as hell with his promo.
Okay. Cool.
That was a good match. Um, what's your next one?
Okay. Number 2 I have is Ernest the Cat Miller versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and then it says with Disco Inferno, and this is July 10th, 99, WCW Saturday Night. This one, kind of like the last one, you don't interrupt the cat when he's dancing. But also, he does not like Hacksaw. He comes in the ring and he's talking mad trash, which is funny.
Yeah.
Hacksaw is not, I believe he's not U.S. champ at this time, no. But the thing is, at one point, he does get the 2x4, and he tries to piss, the cat tries to piss off Hacksaw enough to get him to get disqualified with the 2x4.
Yeah.
But then Sonny Ono gets involved, distracts Hacksaw, and then I don't know if you remember this, his other stick was the red slipper.
Yeah.
So the slipper supposedly gave his kicks more power, and that's what he used to win the match.
Yeah.
Now, can you? Why was that illegal? I don't get it. This is where he can't wear one shoe in the middle of the match. Oh, sorry, man. You came in the ring with no shoes on. You can't have shoes on. I don't know. So anyway, but that's how he won, and then he had a little thing with Disco because I believe the cat was like in a feud with multiple wrestlers who had, I guess, comedy little little things going on at the time.
Yeah.
So again, then Disco comes in wearing just the most ugly a, a purple sweatshirt, purple dress shirt that's way too big, and gold tights. It's terrible. Ugh. So anyway, that's how the match is.
uh,
But the cat wins by cheating. So.
yeah. My next match is. This was actually pretty funny. Well, this one actually talking about Great Muta last week. This is Great Muta versus Ernest the Cat Miller.
Oh wow.
So this one,
Okay.
I think Muta was in a group with Vampiro at the time.
Okay.
So this one kind of got interrupted with Sting after the match because it was Vampiro and Muta, and they were rivaling with Sting at the time. So Muta fought him, and he still talked his shit and things like that. He got missed, and then Sting came to the save, and he got jumped. I don't know
Okay.
why he saved
Okay.
him, but he saved him. This video I have though is not giving me a date, but it looks like it was definitely in the 99s of WCW. I'm trying to get
Mhm.
the date. They don't. Yeah, it doesn't say the date. Yeah, it doesn't give me the date. But yeah, that'll be it. If I get the date, I'll say it. Oh, here we
Okay.
go. Is it? No, it didn't give me a date. Yep, no date. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So my third one, I had picked one from WWE. This is Ernest the Cat Miller versus Tajiri
Yeah.
on SmackDown. This is February 5th, 2004.
I forgot he was in
Uh,
WWE for a little bit.
that I don't remember. I just remember it wasn't spectacular. But I do remember he had more comedy stuff. He had the announcer.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. That comes out with the afro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the little flashback they have to why they're fighting is um, Tajiri. They don't go too far back in the rivalry, but the last thing you see is Tajiri kick the guy, the announcer, in the head, and the afro comes off, and he just passes out. It's hilarious, dude. So there has that whole thing. I guess they couldn't afford James Brown, maybe.
Yeah.
It's so silly. It's kind of a comedy match because at this time, I don't know if you remember, Tajiri had two people with him that wore suits. I don't know if you know what their
Yeah,
deal
there
was.
one was lined up being Jimmy Yang, Wang Yang, and the other one I forgot his name.
Okay, because this one it loses the sound like halfway, so you don't get the commentary or
Oh,
the
okay.
audio. So it's an unfortunate thing. It might be on the network. 2004, maybe.
Yeah, most likely be on the network. If it's on SmackDown, definitely on the network.
Okay, cool. The cat does not have the karate, the feet out. He has the red boots on, I guess, to pay
Okay.
homage to his red shoes. So
Yeah.
there you go.
S-
And once again, I believe he wins the match by cheating, but he gets called out because the guy, like you said, Wang Yang and them,
Yeah.
they jump in the ring and they beat his ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one I was talking about with Great Muda. So the backstory of it, again, I still don't have a date, but the backstory of it was Ernest the Cat Miller was the commissioner of WCW at the time, and
Okay.
Vampiro
Okay.
disrespected him, and he got pissed off, and he sent them in the match, and he was gonna beat both their asses. That's exactly what
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
happened.
Okay. All right.
So you see him get really pissed off, and then he's like, "All right, I'm gonna beat both your asses in the ring." He actually goes in the ring and actually tries to fuck the both of them up, and that's when Sting came in and helped him. So he
Wow.
was kind of like a baby
Okay.
face as the commissioner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All
the
right.
crowd actually was cheering
Also,
for him during this time.
you know what though? Looking throughout his career, it's not often that they're just straight up booing because he's more of a comedy character.
Yeah, he
Once he
was
starts dancing,
entertaining.
they start either laughing or cheering.
Yeah,
So,
my last one is well, yeah, this is the last one, right? Yeah, Big Papa Pump. Did you put the last one? No, because
The last match I was
I went
on.
back to it. So this is my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner versus Ernest the Cat Miller. Just because
What?
the same thing with Booker T, it was just a bunch of fucking promos that was like ridiculous promos, and then led to a match that he pretty much got squashed, but he still won the match, but by cheating because he used the fucking shoe to knock out Scott Steiner.
So let this be a history lesson. Ernest the Cat Miller has a win over Scott Steiner.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had a
Okay.
couple. He had a couple big wins. He had one over Booker T too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's my third one. Well, that's my second one.
No, that's
Is
the
it?
third one. That's
That's
it.
the third one. Okay. All right. So we go to the next new person next at the end of the cast. Now we go into the week of wrestling. We'll have our review of Crown Jewel at the end of the show. At the end of this, so stay tuned for that. So Monday Night Raw, we kick off with. Oh, I had it up too. Oh, this was Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. That was a
This is true.
fantastic match.
I agree. Very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see Nikki wrestling as Nikki Cross. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, and Io Sky, Dakota Kai interfered, and Alexa and Asuka come to the save, and then they also had the title match at the end of the show. Um,
Well,
then
I will say the match does help make things kind of clearer for
yeah,
going into Crown Jewel.
yeah, I
I'll just
agree.
say that.
I agree. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley got into a wild brawl. Lashley was not playing.
No, sir. I like how Triple H came out to be the voice of reason, and Brock Lesnar looked like he looked at him,
Yeah,
just was like, bop, ran right past
he's
him.
like, you lucky.
Yeah, you don't wrestle no more.
We got Seth freaking Rollins defeats Austin Theory in a credible match. That match was fun as hell.
That was a very, very good match. We got the almost full blonde head of hair. Seth Rollins. Is he transforming?
I guess so.
Is he going into a Super Saiyan?
We have Roman Reigns come to address his match at Crown Jewel, and then The Miz comes out, kind of promotes Logan Paul's left hand and being all metaled and shit. And what that gives him, he gets a Superman punch to the jaw and says, "Don't forget, like people are looking past of getting knocked out by him," and that's true. Roman has a Superman punch, knocked his
True.
ass out. I actually liked the whole promo though. It was fun.
Yeah, he tried to warn him, which
Hmm.
was more what he was doing. He's trying to warn him because that was his tag team partner that he betrayed. But Roman wasn't hearing it. That was
Yeah.
the whole. That's the whole like storyline. Everybody tried to warn him. Roman was like, nah.
No.
And then he had an incredible promo when he walked up the ramp. So
Yep, he did.
good stuff.
Carl Anderson defeats Damian Priest, but Rhea Ripley's hits Gallo below the belt again.
The star of the Judgment Day right now,
Yeah,
Rhea Ripley. What can I say? Everybody's having good matches, which is good.
yeah.
Is she injured?
No, because
Because
remember she
she has
wrestled
not had a
NXT not
match.
so long ago.
Okay, like that was the last match though.
That was like 2 weeks
So what
ago.
was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just saying. This one.
I think
Um,
she's gonna wrestle, but I think they just have her in the Judgment Day storyline right now.
gotcha. So they destroying the OC. It's just it is what it is.
There we go. Baron Corbin planting our truth at the end of the days. Why you gotta do my boy like that? It was a bad week for our truth.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
At least Corbin changed his outfit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better, but
It's something.
at least he changed.
He looks like Stanley Ipkiss. Fucking
Oh
mask.
yeah, his freaking
Yeah.
pajamas.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yo, I laughed so much in this next match, man. When Gable and Otis came out, yo, that caught me off guard and not a lot. Actually, Riddle made me laugh dressing as Ezekiel, so I gotta give him credit with that too. But when they came out as the Chippendale dances of Patrick Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley, that shit had me fucking rolling.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was Otis, Matt Riddle, and it was a Halloween brawl, a Halloween
Yes.
trick or street fight. That's what it's called. This shit had me fucking rolling. I enjoyed the match as well. Otis going old school Otis with the worm. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good things. He got RKO'd in the pumpkin. It was great.
Yeah. It was like this match was basically to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Like
Yeah.
everybody involved, they we know they're all good, but like they're all really good at having fun. Riddle, obviously, Otis, obviously, Gable. You forget that he's not just annoying; he's also funny. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
It was great. Yeah.
good.
We got Mustafa Ali defeats The Miz. Good match, and I like the story that was going at it. He made fun of him getting knocked out.
There was something I want to ask you because I saw
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. had some words about this match, and I know he's usually one of the people who has good things to say, but he had a negative take on this, and I a little bit agree only with the phrasing of, or at least how they had Ali interact with the Miz in the beginning before the match started.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned that he's like, it just seemed way too silly that the only thing he had to say to him was about his balls.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like for a character who's super serious, who had his awesome promos with Seth Rollins the past few weeks. The only thing he could say to the Miz is to joke on the balls. And it's like, yeah, I get it on one hand, but it's like, unfortunately, there's not much you can really say to the Miz right now. It's either you're gonna make fun of his balls or make fun of Dustin Loomis. That's the
I
story they told us.
I will I 100% will say like again like the whole jaw thing, and that should have been the main focus point of it, of him still wrestling him with the bad jaw, and kind of pissing him off. I see why they did it, but also like again I could agree with that too. It was kind of like you could do better than that.
Hmm. Yeah, but still, the match was good.
Like I understand why he did it because they like all right, Miz didn't want to wrestle, so you needed something to provoke him. He's
Yeah,
sensitive
and
about
the
his
story they
balls.
tell, yeah, the story they tell is you can't
Yeah.
if you say anything that's currently Miz's soft spot, he will fight you. That's basically it. So
And
yeah.
that's pretty much what they were playing at. Like he's sensitive about
Hmm.
his balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
His wife had a handbag of his balls, so like it goes into saying that was the story.
Yeah.
I can see why
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
said that though. Like I don't disagree with that. And I know Ali
Because
the
you want
better promo than that too. Like if you would have gave him the
that.
creativity
Yeah.
to do it, I think he would do something better.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Johnny Gargano reveals the Miz secret to tell all interview.
I appreciate the style.
Yeah.
Like they all.
Yeah, it was like
They have to do this again though. If
yeah.
you put WWE investigates with a logo and Byron as the host, you have to not throw this away.
But Johnny
So
Gargano
some other
has to do all the
superstar.
reenactments, even if it's not his story.
Okay.
He
Okay.
has to do
Yes.
the reenactments.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Also, I just want to point out the one tweet from Indy Hartwell that made me die laughing. She was like the residuals. Oh, oh, it's pretty funny.
And then we close out Monday Night Raw with the Women's Tag Team Championship. We have Alexa Bliss and Asuka defeat Damage Control for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
It was a great match.
It
No,
was. Yo, they
no
had two
lie. It
bangers
was a
even on the
very
pay per
good
view.
match. I don't listen. I'm not mad. They won this match because it made sense in the terms of the story, but also it always it makes sense, and then it goes into why they would lose. I don't want to spoil Crown Jewel,
Yeah.
but let's just say Asuka and Alexa did not retain.
Yeah.
It's the fact that these people haven't stopped fighting each other for like weeks on end,
Yeah.
and they've been defending constantly. So it's like can't really be mad. And then also they got stopped from cheating
Yeah.
because we saw Bianca and Bailey basically outside the ring have their own brawl.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many things that have been a factor in these matches, and it's like this is one of the most consistent stories on Raw.
Yeah. I agree.
Good match too. So
I was
yeah.
okay with them winning. So it made sense in a way that So now you make sense for them to fight again at the pay per view at Crown Jewel, as in if they would have lost again, there was no point of them fighting if they have beaten them twice already.
Hmm.
So it gives them that back and forth, that rubber band match. So they have that final match in Io Shirai, and then on the pay per view they win. So yeah, it was really good, and you see the chemistry. They're actually getting a lot better fighting each other too. So like the matches are getting a lot better. So
He
um,
just stop teasing it. Just let Io and Oscar fight. Come on
yeah,
now.
yeah, that's the, you know what, I'm a little disappointed, and this will go in the pay per view too. I kind of wanted Alexa and Asuka kind of to match for like one pay per view.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I just wanted
I
one
get it. I get
Kamari
it.
outfit to get together. That'd be cool. Like that's what I'm missing with that. But other than that, it was
Hmm.
good. I have a feel when we talked about the pay per view, I have a feeling what we're gonna see on Raw. So we'll see. We will talk about that on the pay per view. But Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a
I give it
solid
a
show.
too.
I don't think it was. I'm trying to think of anything that was like bad. Nah. Nah.
No, it was a
Mm-mm.
good show. Very good show.
Good matches, and it had a lot of different things. They celebrated Halloween, so it was a little silly. Like yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
We go to NXT, and Pretty Deadly make Braun Breaker and Wesley the butt of their jokes, and they gonna fight them for the tag titles later on.
Which is hilarious. Pretty Deadly are slowly becoming one of my favorite tag
They're
teams just
great.
because of how funny they are.
Yeah, they're great. Um, Sadly, we got injury with our Truth, and it's our Truth versus Grayson Waller. Started off really good, and then our Truth took a mean spill. That shit.
I admit because I get that you would say, well, they should have called him, but when you look at it again, Truth did not get any real like distance.
Nah, he went down like a ton of bricks. Like there was no way of Waller knowing that he was gonna fall short. Waller was
Yeah,
at the right place where he was supposed to go.
yeah,
I think our
yep.
Truth misstepped his jump and he went lower than he did and landed
Hmm.
right on his back. And that shit hurt me. I was like, damn, dude. I knew he was out
Yeah,
after that. I was like, yep, that's it.
that's
Um,
it.
yeah, but you know what? I give Waller credit when right after the match he kind of did a promo because the match stopped short, and he kind of sold it and was an asshole
Yeah.
about it and made the crowd still boo him. So it was great.
Oh yeah. Give that man his respect. He's good on that mic. Just saying.
Yeah, he is. Um, Keena James defeat Thea Hale.
You know, I just swore I saw somebody that looked just like her this weekend.
Yeah,
I don't know. Does she look?
I don't know.
um. Uh. I. I. I guess they wanted to do a little nods to the guy that's not there because they didn't say it. They let that guy go, but I saw that he's not there anymore. The tall blonde guy.
Yeah,
So they made little allusions to
yeah,
things, and then they had Duke Hudson
yeah.
show up
Yep.
to carry the flag. So that's how they continue in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He tried to
As for
cheat.
the match itself, I think it was a decent match. It's just that I will say the one thing about Kiana James is that she's not for nothing. If she stops being a little too much of a character, she could be like great because she's good in the ring. But like the only thing that you usually see her doing is that CEO type of thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I
a
got
little
you.
less of that, a little more her wrestling. Like yeah, she's good. She's good.
We got Odyssey Jones defeat Javier Bernal. Well, the returning Odyssey Jones.
The big body meets a real big body.
Yep, he killed that man.
So yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it wasn't completely one-sided.
No,
He
it
went after
wasn't.
his how he went after his legs and whatnot, but
Yeah,
like no, he was not taking down the returning Odyssey Jones. Good to see him back.
yeah, yeah. He was good. I liked him. Alba Fire crashes Mandy Rose's NXT Women's Title anniversary celebration.
That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. um, although I think she should have just burned everything. Just Set them all on fire.
Yep.
I mean, congratulations to Manny Rose, right? Like,
Yeah, one
real
year.
talk, 1 year. Then you look back at how she did it. It was like, bruh, she stepped up to the plate.
I'm
Crazy.
just saying. PWI women's rankings. Mandy Rose should be top 10.
I agree. I agree.
I will take Charlotte Flair over. I'll take Mandy Rose in Charlotte Flair's spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Mandy Rose right now is probably the best women's champion on WWE.
One of the best champs in wrestling. Period. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I will say I'll take her. I will say that she's better than all the AEW champions, 100%.
Yeah,
I
but I
will
take her. I
challenge with
personally, I
Jordan
take her over
Grace.
Bianca.
Jordan
Okay.
Grace and her
Okay.
are like
I see that.
neck to neck right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Mandy just has a longer tenure with the title,
Yeah.
but Jordan Grace
Okay.
is doing some amazing shit on with that title too.
Mm-hmm.
But 1 year, good for her.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. Indy Hartwell defeats Zoe Stark. I actually like the little heelish Indy Hartwell getting tired of
I
people's shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There's like a small difference between like her being bad and her being fed up.
Yeah,
Cause I mean, not for nothing. It has been a long time since we've seen Indy like get opportunities to do anything. She's been wrestling, but she hasn't been going for a championship,
that is
and
true.
she doesn't have a partner anymore. So it's like, yeah, I kind of see her frustration as a character. Like she's one of the few women wrestlers who in NXT actually has a completely traceable story.
Yeah.
So it's true.
Oh,
Good
Mandy.
match. I
So
like the aggression too.
me
So
too. It was a really good match. Indy Hartwell wins. We had Cora Jade defeat Vancinia Farzo. Frezzo.
oh, Valentina Feroz.
Yes. Good match.
And I know that the other thing was the fact that her partner's out.
Yes.
So they had a story with Feroz being like kind of upset, and then don't forget Sangha
Yes.
can't hang out with her no more
Yeah.
because his brother said no. So
It's gonna be
so
another
she's
love
on edge.
story. A weird love story.
Well, it's not a love story. That's her friend.
That's gonna be a love.
Her brother said you can't hang out with her no more. That
um,
happens in real life when you're teenager.
that is true. And then the main event was pretty deadly. Defeat Braun Breaker and the West Lee because Carmelo Hayes and Von Vanilla interrupt.
True. Very good match.
Yeah. Good match.
Wesley was on fire. Put that out there.
Good match. Where you give NXT?
It's hard not to give it an A as well. Like I'm thinking, I'm probably gonna go A minus. Probably the weakest match was the Odyssey Jones Big Body Hobby match. Like the girls' matches, they had more story and setup than a lot of them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah, I'm gonna go A. I think NXT was a solid show. Good stories building, a lot of building of the storylines that are going into that next pay per view, which is in December. So I'm fine with it. Give it A. We go to AEW Dynamite. If it lets me.
pay that man. He's going. He ain't gonna be around forever. That's all I'm saying.
We kick off with Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal.
This was good. I was invested because I liked. I'm not gonna lie. I liked when Jay Lethal put him underneath the gate and beat his ass.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I was interested in the match, and the match was very very, very solid. So good stuff.
So my only issue is I could give two shits what of who showed up.
Oh, the guy. Yeah.
Like
Because they didn't go far. They didn't go. They didn't go hard enough. That was mad work.
But then again, you had the unmasking and this thing. I had no clue who that was. I actually had to Google him.
He works there,
He does?
bro. That's the guy that's two dimes. I mean yeah.
That is?
Was it Stacks and two dimes?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had no clue.
that's the guy that left.
I don't even
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't go hard enough. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
And then Jarrett, I don't care about Jarrett looking like a
Jarrett made me laugh.
Wish.com Undertaker.
Yeah, I get that, but that's not what he's going for. He's always been going for the Dark Cowboy. But like, I don't, I'm not plus or minus on him. I just like when he says slap nuts. That makes me laugh.
There you go.
That's such a
You got one
stupid
slap
song.
nut, so there you
Slap
go.
nuts.
Yeah, I really didn't care. I really didn't care. AEW World Champion, Eliminator, John Moxley versus Lee Moriarty.
I'm gonna say I think this was my favorite match of the show.
Okay.
I I think he needs more time to show how good he is because he's mad good.
Yeah.
He's up there. He just doesn't get the time. So good to see him go. Good to see him give Moxley problems.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you wanted to see. You knew he wasn't gonna win,
I'm
but
waiting for someone to beat down fucking Stokely halfway. Someone gonna catch him.
no, no,
Someone gonna
don't
catch
touch
him.
him.
They're gonna catch him
Don't
good.
touch him. I hope he shanks MJF in the back.
He's probably is. Yeah, the
Just
Daddy Ass birthday bash.
this is funny. I give props to it. They find a way to make it fun. So it's all good.
Yeah. We move on, and we got ROH World Champion Chris Jericho. He fights Colt Cabana.
It was all right.
It was.
They had a little scary part where they couldn't get one of the top row moves and then they improvised, so it was okay. I liked it. I
Go ahead.
The only thing I will say though is, man, where's Cole been? Where's he been?
He's been off TV because the whole shit with CM Punk and shit.
Yeah, but
And he wasn't
I will
involved,
just
but they.
that's what I was saying.
I know he was hurt.
All right, okay.
I remember him having like a cast on his knee and shit. Like I remember him being hurt. I don't know when he was cleared though, because again I don't watch Star
All
Wars
right,
shit,
cool.
so I'm not sure if he was there or not.
Because it's been a minute. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Then we got the AEW All Atlantic Championship match. We had Orange Cassidy, Luchasaurus, and Ray Phoenix.
not bad. Like it was one that was like I can get too invested in it because it seems like a random ass bunch of people.
Yeah, I didn't care for it to be honest. I
But it's not like it was a terrible match, so I'm not mad about it.
think it
But
was.
they still have more story with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, so that was mainly the focal point. Cassidy wasn't losing that, wasn't losing his title.
We have Jake Cargill versus Mir Sharif.
It was alright, but it was short. It wasn't. Again, you can't really get too invested in these matches. They're not that long.
Yeah.
Still. And even this one, they had the hype up of people trying to call Marina a bozo and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trying to clown her and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless of how you feel, their presentation is not helping because they haven't no 10 minute. How long was that match, Mark? Come on.
Yeah, but they did nothing for me to care about it either. So I'm like,
I'm just saying. Merk, what development can there ever when you don't let them ever have matches that have time? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get past a 5 minute match. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then our main event was the ROH TV Championship match. Yeah, Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage.
I thought it made sense. So it wasn't as great as I thought it could be though. So.
Oh yeah. Same here. I expected a bit more, but I was a little disappointed with the match. AEW, where you give it?
I'll give it a B minus.
I'm gonna go
like
same.
I said early on, my favorite match was the Moxley match. I appreciated the first match because I was invested in Darby getting beat up.
Yeah.
And they just let me down with that Sting thing. It should have been anybody different of note. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Go to Friday Night SmackDown. I did not get to watch Impact Wrestling, but I heard we got new members of the Violent by Design, which is one of the guys from Angel. What's his name? Angel what?
Alan Angels.
Alan Angels, and I forgot the other person. What was the other? I just looked at it too. I'm fucking blanks. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. I forget. God damn it! Just give me the damn results. Anyway, but yeah, Violent by Design got 2 new members. I know they fought. It was during the match with Eric Young versus Swan. Uh, let's see. I just want to get the members. Give me the members. Don't tell me shit. Right. Anyway. Alright, I'm spending a little too much time on this. Let's move on. We go to SmackDown. And, SmackDown we kick off with Liv Morgan defeats Sonya Deville in a no DQ match.
That was pretty crazy.
That was good.
I'm not gonna lie, they went hard. So good on. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about Sonya just losing though. I don't know. I'm a little sad.
She didn't really have any momentum of winning, so I was fine with her taking the loss.
I mean, I understand that, but
Yeah.
listen, but hear me out. Because of the fact that went on NXT and became like the stand-in for Manny for like a week,
And
and then
lost.
she had a little bit of power. Yeah, but I'm just saying she had moments and stuff, and it's just like, what the hell? So you're just ineffective everywhere. Jesus. But anyway,
She'll get hers one day.
She'll
buy
get
a
hers.
gun.
Yeah, she'll get hers.
We got LA Knight defeat Ricochet. Good match.
That was solid. I also appreciate him just talking smack at the beginning of the match. That's what you need for LA Knight.
We had the Bloodline come out, and then New Day came out. This I actually love this whole promo between the two. I'm actually very excited for their match on Friday. I'm like really hyped for Friday for this tag title match. I'm glad they're actually doing something now.
Is this it? Because they keep changing how many days. It went from being last weekend. It's this week is the day. It's Friday. Right?
Yeah, if New Day loses Friday, I think that Monday they break their record.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
And then you had the Brawling Brutes all jumped and then they all had a big ass brawl, and then Solo came out and Sammy came out, and it was a good old brawl.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for the New Day Usos to get this shine. I think they're going to get time on SmackDown. I think they're going to get the last half hour, and it's going to be a hell of a match.
I'm just sad because I don't think there's any way they win this match.
I think the New Day could win this match. I think Sammy's going to fuck it up.
It's too soon to. I think it's too. It ends up being too soon to implode the bloodline like that, though.
Who knows?
I mean, if you start it now, you go until what? Because I don't think Roman's gonna lose before WrestleMania. Do you?
I don't think he is.
So if we're following the plot line and we're starting the implosion of the bloodline now, it lines up, right? You start things slow, but they have to lose the championships. I don't see that. Maybe on technicality they can't lose the match. There's nothing. They have to lose the championships, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
See, I could see New Day. I could see actually them losing. I could see them losing because it will actually build more. It'll start bringing attention to the storyline.
Yeah, I agree with that part. It's just I don't know, because I feel like the point of the reign right now is to get both Roman and the Usos to the record-setting level. I think that at the very least is the plan, right?
Well, for
give the
Roman,
Usos
yes.
the record.
Roman can't break any other record because all the four people that is over him now are like 1,000 something days.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you can't break those. Like Roman has to be like 7 years champion and shit like that. Because Bruno Sammartino and fucking like Bruno Sammartino held the title for like 7 years.
Yeah, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so you ain't breaking that. Hogan had like a whole year and like almost a 4 year run. You ain't breaking
Hmm.
that. Bob
Hmm.
Backlund had a
Hmm.
3 year run. You're not breaking that. Well, that one's actually possible because Roman's already in the 2 year mark.
Gotcha.
So that one's possible. But yeah, it depends. I I don't know. Like I actually could see the New Day taking the titles, but I actually like that because now this could go either way. If they get Usos win,
Hmm.
I'm happy with them as well. But this is where it should have been. Like these days going, I think New Day should have had more in line with the tag team titles at this moment. Like you could have built this a bit more with this because again they were breaking their record. But now I like the fact that New Day has a serious tone of their legacy involved with
Hmm.
this. So I'm happy about that. And I like
I,
that
the
T-shirt.
only thing I feel is that the New Day's talking about it and being present on television,
Yeah,
talking about the record on television, being serious about the record on television is a little too late. That's what I
yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah. I think it should have been up a little earlier than this,
Hmm.
but I'm happy we're getting it.
Yep.
And those outfits are dope. And that T-shirt, I gotta get that T-shirt.
That T-shirt is real good.
Yeah, it has a fucking Big E in the sun. And that was the other thing I was thinking about. I was like, what if Big E like not even in a like a full like return, but like him getting involved and helping New Day actually win.
Makes sense.
That could be something too.
Hmm.
So who knows? I'm excited for it. I'm very excited. Like this is like I'm very excited for SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a hell of a match. We got Shayna Baszler defeats Natalia.
She her face. She oh, she run around that. It
No.
was a
Um.
good match. I'll say that.
Yeah. It was
Long, but
mean. We got Braun Strowman planted MVP with 3 running and power slams. Damn. He tried to put him to the ground.
should have been talking that Yang in the ring, sir. Without your giants.
And our main event was Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, and he retains the Intercontinental Championship. This match was fucking good.
I, I'm trying to. For me, this might be the match of the week,
I
and
think it
this
was my
includes
match of
Crown
the
Jewel.
week beyond the pay per view.
Yeah. No, I think for me, period.
Yeah,
I think this is my favorite match this entire week. This was awesome. This was great. Like because again, I've never seen these two fight. I'm sure they might have when he was on his tour. I don't know.
they
I
fought
don't know.
once. Yeah,
Okay. So again, never seen it before. They made it extremely palatable. They made Ray look like he had almost the upper hand at some points. I
yeah,
mean, Gunther was doing his work. He was stomping him. He was slapping him. He was chopping him. He was doing everything. But they still made you believe that Ray was going to take it.
yeah. There was many
That's the point.
times that you thought Ray was actually gonna win.
And then you saw Ray take every like brutal piece of offense too.
He was the
He
giant
got
killer back in.
that. He got destroyed. Other dudes would not have kicked out. So I'm just saying, go good. That was awesome. It
Yes,
was great.
I actually like the crowd participation with it too. Like they were really behind Ray. Like that crowd really wanted
Hmm.
Ray to win too, and you heard it.
True.
So it was
True.
really good. Yeah, that
Still,
definitely.
still the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, and he brought back the giant killer mentality because he was really into this match. He kicking out the powerbomb and shit was surprising too.
Yeah. Yes,
But
sir.
it's all in Rey Mysterio, man. This SmackDown, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give it an A plus.
I'm gonna go A plus. That main event was fantastic.
Yep.
And I like the story they building with everybody. I feel like the stories are going pretty good with SmackDown side. So
And they gave Dominic one more thing to make fun of his father for.
yeah, he lost again.
So there's that.
All right. We go to AEW dying Rampage. No, not Dynamite. Um, we kick off with Orange Cassidy versus Kario Sabata.
This was cool. I'm not familiar at all. I know who the guy is,
Yeah,
right? But I have not seen Shibata wrestle. So it's cool to see it. And it's cool to see Orange Cassidy have a serious match.
yeah.
Like fighting for that title. Okay.
Good match.
I could go for that. So good match.
Good match. Then you got Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter defeat Madison Rain and Sky Blue. These are just matches that you know who's gonna win and lose.
That's the unfortunate part, right?
Yeah,
That's the unfortunate part because they're on a roll. Unfortunately, Madison Rain has not been really beating anybody besides on Dark. Like a match on Dynamite or Rampage, she loses.
yeah,
So there's just no way. Sky Blues, she's too new. They ain't gonna let her beat nobody.
yeah. So these are the things that kind of throw me off from Rampage when they have matches that you could easily know who's gonna win.
Yeah, it's not like it was bad either.
It wasn't
a solid
bad.
match, but
Yeah.
again, I massive props to Hater. I thought she was great in the match. Like,
Yeah.
but like, yo, you can't just be sitting there like, yeah, I'm rooting for the underdog. Nah, man, they ain't winning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then our main event was another match that you could tell that who was gonna win: the Gates of Agony versus Warjo.
Yeah, it's too. This is a problem with anybody associated with ROH.
Yeah,
They have no momentum, bro.
they're the jobbers.
It's just like accentuated jobbers. They
Yeah.
got jobbers with nice clothes and maybe some graphics. That's it. It's just like they ain't letting these guys beat. Again, Dark is not helping these people. So when they win matches on Dark, who cares?
Yeah,
It's just because I guess if I have fought people on Dark and they have, but they don't win no. They don't win no against the big boys. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's just sad. That's my main takeaway from the ROH thing is like, I'll tell you the number one person that I know who could beat people, but unfortunately he did lose his match to Jericho, and that's the guy with the boys.
Dalton Castle. Yeah,
Like he's the one person that he's ascended. Ring of Honor, be damned. I believe Dawson Castle is a star, regardless. But none of these other dudes, and Brian Cage by association only, because I know he's a star, but by association with ROH, nah, man, he's just an accentuated jobber.
that
It
is
is
true.
what it is.
It is what
They
it is.
don't let him win.
Yeah,
It's like they got. Like I understand, Mark. We sit here and go, yeah, the story's got to make sense. But when are you ever gonna let anybody have a surprise victory?
yeah, yeah.
That's my
They
main
set in their
problem.
ways. Like it takes away from the matches because you can predict what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
So it makes my enthusiasm to watch the match. I'm like, I don't even need to watch. I know who's gonna win.
Yeah,
So that's a problem.
that is a problem. 100% a problem.
Rampage, where you give it?
I see.
I'm gonna go C2. I think the first match was the only thing really worth watching. I'll
Yeah.
give the women's tag matches credit. It was decent. It was a decent match. You just again like, should I watch this because I know who's
that's
gonna
true.
win.
That's true. I'll go C plus, but like,
Yeah.
I can't go higher than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I go C. I'm gonna keep it a C. They gotta do better. That's their second show. You gotta do better.
Mm-hmm.
And now our review of Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar wins. I enjoyed the match. It was just two behemoths. Like this is a big B match all over. Two big
Yes,
men
this was the
slapping
big.
me.
This is the big E special, big meaty men slapping
And
me. Yes, sir.
Lesnar made him a tomato.
You mean Lashley made him? Lesnar.
Lashley made him a tomato. Like he
Yes,
was
sir.
burnt red. I was like, holy shit. And you know what's funny is that I was kind of I woke up too late, and when I started when I opened my Instagram, all I saw was fucking Lesnar's face red. That's all I saw. I'm like, Jesus
Mm.
Christ. Um, and then then I when I turned on the event, it was all I see is Bailey driving the cart with
I'll
Bianca
be on top.
driving the cart
Yeah.
with Bailey on top, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? So that was the first thing that came up, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell's going on here? And I had to wait to the replay, and then I watched it. But
Okay.
Lesnar Lashley, I liked the match a lot. I thought it was what I was going to do. I was surprised how much offense Lashley had. Lashley was whooping his ass, and
Yes, sir.
he got that Bret Hart pin, the reversing the Hurt Lock.
And that's what I like about the match the most is the fact that they went the distance to show how good Lashley can be if you put him in a position of power against somebody like him,
Yeah.
against Lesnar. We know he could beat up everybody else. We got that.
So now
Put
it
him against
leads.
the legends. There
Yeah.
you go.
Now leads into a third match because they both have one on each other.
It's good. And I like the tale of making the Hurt Lock look unbreakable
Yeah.
when he gets it in right. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
because Lesnar looked like he was a tomato.
Hmm.
I have a bright red shirt. He looked like my shirt right now. Second match was Asuka and Alexa Bliss, the women's tag team champions. They ran against Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. Io Shirai take the title. Io Shirai and Dakota win the titles. This match was really good.
I personally think this is the best match in the card.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite matches. I 100%. These girls went at it. Bliss looked great. There was a little storyline with Bray Wyatt's Signia when Alexa Bliss was looking at the screen. So I kind of dug that, and
Hmm.
I'm like, what's gonna happen? And then
Tell
Nikki
Oscar watch
Cross
your back.
popped out and caught Alexa Bliss on the top rope and cost them the titles.
That gives me the feeling that Nikki Cross might be
I thought about it too.
with Wyatt.
It makes sense too.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I'm just waiting because I love the promo he did on the show as well. So
Yes,
I'm just
that's
thinking
true.
everything that they fucking doing. But this match was fantastic. These girls, like again, this is what we want out of women's tag team championships. My only thing is I wanted more tag team stuff with Alexa and Asuka. I wanted a whole like tag team outfit and stuff. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get that.
I love Damage Control's outfit
Yeah,
and how they all matched,
yeah. See,
even Bailey. Yep.
I would have liked like half Asuka, half Alexa on both their suits. That would have been cool.
I like that they people look like Eo look like an astronaut.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
All right. All right. So the first. Oh, we didn't even rate the matches. So Lesnar, Bobby, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I'll give it 4. And women's tag.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm gonna
I'll
give
give
it
that.
4.75.
Oh, I'll go 4,
Yes, sir.
5. Definitely 4, 5. Karrion Cross versus Drew McIntyre steel cage match.
Again, this was probably second most disappointing match because it didn't feel like a blood feud. Like I said, it felt like a regular ass SmackDown cage match. Not
Yeah.
even a pay-per-view cage match. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel that
I
like vicious and bloody or anything.
I feel like their story slowed down because
True.
I think Drew was sick going into this match.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
I know he wasn't on SmackDown. Or was he on SmackDown? No, he wasn't on SmackDown. So I feel like their story kind of dipped low a little bit. So the match wasn't as exciting as when you start building the storyline. It was an okay match. I don't think it was a bad match, but yeah, I agree. Like this was supposed to be like the last kind of match and things, and it felt like just a regular SmackDown steel cage match, not even a pay per view. So
Yeah, one guy got hit with a fireball on mace, hitting the nuts, got beat up. The other guy got hit with a car, and you expect, oh man, these guys gonna kill each other, and it was just a regular ass match,
yeah. We give
regular
this.
cage match. Gotta give it a 3.
I'll go
Gotta
same.
give it a 3. Disappointing.
The OC versus Judgment Day. Judgment Day wins the match.
It was a very very fun match. I gotta give props to the entire Judgment Day. They are very good together. Rhea looked amazing. I also gotta give props to just the guys. Also on the Judgment Day, they keep changing up they keep updating their fits as well.
Yeah,
They all look like they belong together now. Like finally, like Dominic has the purple and stuff.
yeah.
Like it all matches perfectly now. So
I
it's
give
pretty good.
credit Rhea kind of like doing a Beth Phoenix look.
Oh, that was just messed up. Yes. Yeah. She ain't dead. How dare you? It's messed up.
Yep. Good match. I actually thought this match was actually a
I'm gonna
lot
give
of
it a. I'm
fun.
gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
I go
Very
to
good.
see.
Hey, you know what? The one thing I have to give the OC crap for is that they said they needed a equalizer and they did not get one. So that's your fault.
Yeah. I gotta give. You know what? I gotta give some love to Michael Cole. For first of all, he brought up the Bullet Club and actually telling the history of the Bullet Club. Shout outs to that. And then second, when Rhea Ripley got involved, he fucking said, "Hey, yo, someone gotta kick her ass," and that shit had me
Yes.
rolling.
Yes, he did.
I'm like, damn, dude, you're supposed to be biased.
I mean, listen, he is friends with Beth Phoenix. You can't do that.
That shit had me rolling.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. That shit had me rolling though.
Rhea remains a menace, no matter where on the planet she is.
Yeah.
So.
Wear cups. Why y'all don't wear cups?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She
You know
gonna
what she
keep
gonna
hitting
do?
you.
Come on.
Anyway. Yeah, I give 4.25 as well. Omos versus Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman wins this match.
I'm gonna give this match a 2 right off the bat because it was a regular ass wrestling match.
Yeah,
They didn't even go through the table.
yeah,
They didn't even go through the barricade.
yeah,
They didn't do anything special.
yeah. I gotta.
Even Oldberg and Bobby Lashley had some special stuff for the last time they were at Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? This match it disappointed the hell out of me. I was so sad. I was like, come on, guys.
yeah.
Come on.
I want to. Yeah, I kind of wanted more. I kind of like when I was saying what the match is gonna be last week. I kind of called a lot of the things that happened in the match, but like I knew they're gonna do the test of strength. They're gonna do like a lot of classic big man versus big man kind of stuff. I would have accepted it more if it was more like that and them trying to lift each other, like having to struggle to lift each other, things like that. I did like Amos, kind of like manhandling fucking Strowman because you never really see that.
Hmm.
Um, there was like little things here and there that I enjoyed in the match and that I give them credit for, but other than that, I wasn't like fully into this match. So I'll give it 2.75 just because I did like seeing like Strowman that fucking sell his ass off for Amos and
Yeah.
shit like that, and I give him credit for that. And then but again, I kind of wanted more destruction. I kind of wanted more big man versus big man shit, and
One power slam, Mark?
yeah, I was surprised it's
One
just one
power
power
slam?
slam. I think Almost just got tired. He was like, yeah,
And then the ring
that's
didn't
it.
collapse?
No,
Nothing?
no,
Nothing, Mark? I can't.
they got
I
that
can't.
extra strength ring that they.
They didn't even reinforce. They didn't even say that. I
No.
wish they would have said the
Yeah,
ring is
then it made more
reinforced.
sense. Like, oh, we had to
And
reinforce
again,
this ring.
Braun did not bring out his title.
Yeah.
He won it there. Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. You can't. They made a real big deal out of that battle royal, and he won that title, and you never see him with it when he's there. That is so whack. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
And next match is the tag team championship match: the Usos versus the Rolling Brutes.
This one, score-wise, I'm a tie with the women's
This is
because it
good.
was excellent, but I did like the women's better. Um, it was good. Braun and Brutes fought their ass off. I'm glad that well, we all know Butch is the man. We
Yeah.
all know Pete Dunne is the man. But I'm glad that Holland has stepped up and gotten better.
Yeah, he
And
got
one of
his
the things I liked,
confidence back.
he got his confidence. Yeah, yeah. But one thing I do appreciate during the match was the call outs for Sheamus.
Yeah,
They were trying to hurt them boys, and I like that's the story that went on commentary, and it's a story that you could see in the match.
yeah.
Like they were fighting for Sheamus, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And one
I
thing
like it.
I'll actually shout out, and this is something that could go into the storyline of the New Day and Usos, is the fact that Pete Dunne meant to fucking break Jimmy Jay's arm.
Well, he did the other story in the match was Jay had he said a fracture in his hand,
Yeah, and then he went directly
so it
for
was
that
taped up,
fraction of the hand.
and you, yep, yep.
You don't
Hmm.
go in a match with Pete Dunne and expect your hand to be okay.
But you got a weakness, he's coming for it. So that's it.
He
You
you
right.
didn't have the weakness. He's gonna go for your hand. He's gonna break your shit.
True. You right. You right.
Every person that wrestles fucking wrestles Pete Dunne, they probably have crooked fingers.
Oh man.
Oh man, I enjoyed the match. I give it a 4-5. You give it yours score? You said the same as the women's.
Same. I said 4.75.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was very very good, but I give the edge to the women's match.
Women's Raw Women's Championship match. You got Bianca Belair and Bailey. Last women's standing match.
This is probably again I say this is one of the most entertaining matches on the show. One of the most entertaining matches this week. I appreciate so much about it because it was. If you look at the little things, it was innovative. I love the end of the match. I love the golf cart. I appreciate how crazy Bailey was during the match because she
Yeah,
looked like she was. It was points in her match, but I thought Bianca was gonna get pissed off because Bailey was just slapping the crap out.
yeah.
She was going in. So it made it see that match made it look like they didn't like each other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that match made it look like they
This
were
looked
out to
like a
hurt
blood
each
feud.
other.
A blood
Exactly.
feud.
Feud. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
So I got to give them all that credit. It wasn't. I still think some things little here and there didn't go off at 100%, but I can't take it away that much. It was just too good. So
I,
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I think this was one of my favorite matches of the night. I think them two. I actually give a lot of credit to Bianca and Bailey. Their chemistry got so much better throughout the years of them wrestling with each other, and like it shows that they're very comfortable with wrestling with each other because they beat the shit out of each other in these matches, and this is
Hmm.
something we want out of it. Like they fully going in it, and honestly, the last one was standing match, and they made it. They tried to kill each other. They drove a golf cart at each other. They tried to do a bunch of things. She
Hmm.
tried to bury her in stairs and put a ladder on top of it. Like she did a lot of things, so it was actually really cool. I actually enjoyed the match, and that was the first match I actually when I said when I turned on Peacock and I turned on the event, the first thing I saw was the golf cart going down. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And shit. So I was like, all right, I'm excited for that now. Um,
Yep.
I'm gonna go 4.75 with this one. Like I actually really enjoyed it,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
and Bianca Belair retains.
Yes, sir.
And then the main
I,
event,
I wasn't expecting that with the ladder. I'm 100%. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
yeah. And then the main event is the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul for the Undisputed Universal Championship.
And I have to put personal bias aside and say that it was a very, very good match. And
Mhm.
Logan Paul fought his ass off. So good for him.
He tore his MCL and ACL.
He went all in.
Yep.
Like I gotta say that the one thing I do appreciate about his offense is that when he does anything that is aerial and requires accuracy, his accuracy is so far has been like 100%.
Yeah. He did a
He
buckshot
knows
better
how to
than.
hit. Like he's like Seth with how he jumps. Like
Yeah.
he's able to turn midair. He hit that frog splash perfectly.
Yeah.
He hit the one in the ring perfectly. He hit the other splash perfectly. Like every time that dude flies, he's like on the target. So
Yeah.
gotta give him credit for that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Personal
but
bias. Yeah. Personal bias aside, like he's actually fucking good. Like he's a natural. He's actually picking it up pretty well.
he's a natural. Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
Roman was a saint with him and selling the shit out of a lot of things for him and things like that.
Yeah.
You also could give credit to Roman. Roman stepping up his game and actually really putting it in. And you had the Usos interfere, then you had his people interfere, and then I felt bad for his two co-hosts because they got their ass.
Oh, they got
they got
beat
fucked
up.
up.
They
got
got
fucked.
beat up.
And then his
And
brother
then
came
his
in,
brother came in.
and
You
Solo
know, it
came
was
in.
cool. It was cool.
It
Yeah,
was a cool little bout. It was a good story stuff and Roman maintaining, but yeah, I gotta give the guy credit. Like
and
he's
they
a natural.
and the work they put in to show Roman second after even after winning, being like, yeah, I underestimated this guy. So like they put the work in.
Yeah,
He put the work in to show his facial
yeah.
expressions, the way he looked when he looked at the title, he was crying.
Hmm.
Like like there's a lot of little things you gotta pay attention to in that match about Roman.
Fucking Roman
It's just
calling
like
out the
yeah,
rest of the YouTube people.
yeah. That was and then I don't know if you heard Jake Paul like Logan Paul. He was saying other people's names. He was like, "We coming, baby."
Yeah.
I guess to say the rest of the YouTube people are coming.
Yeah,
It
he's
was just funny.
Mr.
Like
He gonna beat he's Mr. Beats ass too.
Mr. Beast. Yeah, like it was a lot of little things. It was
Yeah,
great. It was awesome.
it was a good match,
So I'm
and
gonna give the match a 4.5.
yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 or 5 as well. Like it was a great match, and again, the dude's a natural, and I can't admit, I can't be beyond bias of what's working the ring. I think he's like a natural. Like he did a buckshot lariat
Hmm.
better than Hangman, 100%.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
never seen Hangman do a buckshot lariat as crisp as that. I was like, yeah, that
I'm just saying his dives like
yeah.
the dude is 100% a natural. Yeah.
And he's training with Shawn Michaels, so like, there's a lot of that shown.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, and that was our Saudi Arabia event, the Crown Jewel. What do you give the overall show?
I gotta give it like a 4.5. 4.25. Really,
Yeah,
just I only had two minor disappointments, but like everything else was so much higher, like up in my rankings. It's just
yeah.
I can't help it. It's a
It
good
was a
ass
great
show.
show. Yeah. Bailey, Bianca, the women's tags, the men's tags, they kind of feel like really stole the show and stuff like that. Those were really
Yes,
great
sir.
matches. So, and now we go to podcasts we listen to. Always a shout out to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Try to keep up with them all the time. They have a lot of news, like new figure news. They actually doing their toy drive. If you order Ringside Collectibles, you actually have it sent there. And even they even have a show, the Creative Pro Wrestling show, that honestly you just have to pay with a action figure and you get a free ticket.
Also, don't forget, Ringside's having Thanksgiving sale, I believe it
Oh,
is.
nice.
They were saying, yeah, you could buy 100 Drew McIntyres for like 2.95. They got because they have like basics on sale and stuff
Oh,
like that. Like
nice.
they're not discriminating. Just buy brand new figures and bring them
Yeah.
or send them.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it
buy
has
a
to be
hundred
brand
Drew
new figures.
McIntyres.
Yeah.
Buy
So,
100 and ship them over. There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at some of the girls that I'm missing. Like I gotta get I want the Shansi Blackheart. I want the Raquel
I'm mad.
Gonzalez.
I'm mad I bought Oscar before I went there because I think it was like two to $3 cheaper.
Ah, okay.
But I was buying more than just one thing from them, so
Oh,
it
okay.
makes sense. But next time, yeah, I got to remember to go to Ringside and check out their sales.
Yeah.
They're really good.
And major 10% off too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get Chauncey. I gotta get Raquel Gonzalez. I've been trying to just collect.
Mhm.
I actually like really want to just collect one of each of the ladies in WWE. So always a big fan. So I always try to get their figure, at least one of each. So Chauncey, I gotta
I
get.
gotta get a.
Hmm.
Go ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead, go ahead.
Chauncey, I gotta get. I gotta get a Carmella. I don't have a Carmella. I thought I did, and
Yeah, I don't
I
have a
don't.
Carmelo either. True, true.
No, I do have a Carmella. I do have the when she teamed up with Biggie, that outfit.
Oh, okay, okay.
The teal. I wanted the newer one. I was hoping they make one with the mask. I was gonna get that one.
Oh yeah, true,
Sad
true.
news with her. Like I read that she had a miscarriage and shit. So I was like, oh damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
It
if
was
you
really
listen to
sad.
After the Bell this week, Graves didn't really go into what happened, but yeah,
Yeah,
so
it was really sad to hear. But I hope
he let it
she's
know, be known that he appreciated the outpouring of love and stuff
yeah
for support from them. So that's cool.
yeah yeah like I don't wish that on nobody. And hopefully she's
Hmm.
okay and she returns when she's ready. Um,
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I've been trying to get the girls. So there's few. I think Cora Jake got one coming out soon
Oh, okay.
too. So I was like, yeah, I gotta jump on getting some of these
I
ladies.
gotta I gotta get some of the AEW ones. I want to get the Sheeta, the first Sheeta, and I don't have a Brit, so I gotta get a Brit.
I've seen them in Forbidden.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm there, I'll send a picture if this is if interested when I'm there. I got the FTR. I think that was the last ones I got the AEW figures
Okay. Cool.
because they
Cool.
had the
Cool.
tag titles. I was like, you know what? I need the FTR. I wanted FTR. I have a 2 pack
I
of
still
them.
got. I still need to track down the Ricky Starks with the Darby vest. I know that's a
There's a
special
chaser
one,
thing.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll look that up too. I kind of remember that. Yeah, shout outs to them. Ryan Ryan Satin had a Butch on. That was actually a good cast. Um, Darby Allen on Renee Parquette. I finally listened to it. I know it came out a couple weeks ago, but I finally got to listen to it. It was actually pretty good. Sean Spears was on this week, and that was actually a good conversation as well.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
After the bell was with Paul Heyman. Really good conversation with Paul Heyman. And Ryan Patrick is his new co-host. I was a little sad about that because I'm not a fan of him on Raw right now. I'm sadly not.
Mm-hmm.
It's too I'll say my issue with him is there's too many like empty areas. I feel like Corey Graves should be the play-by-play
Well, I think
because
the idea you had before was better. Is that they needed to put back the third person,
yeah, I think they gotta put back Saxon.
put back Byron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like Baron Saxon. I don't think he's a
Like
bad
that was one of
commentator
the
at all.
things that made Jimmy fine with me.
Yeah,
Was he was the literal straight man.
yeah,
Byron and Corey are characters. They fight with each other. Sometimes Corey attacked Jimmy, right?
yeah,
But like Jimmy was the literal, I'm here to report this, and that, straight as hell. I'm not a character.
yeah,
And then you have two characters. I'm like, that's what you need. You
yeah.
know, just because Kevin's the 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 new guy, he's not a character.
No, he's not.
It's just one straight man and a character. Like,
Yeah.
nah, you could change that up.
Yep, yep. All right, and yeah, that's anything you listen to add on?
No, just after the bell and major pod. So
Okay, cool. All right, and now we go to our wrestling retrospect, and who do I got today? I actually wanted to go old school with Asuka, so I'm gonna go with Asuka this week.
we didn't pick her at all though,
I don't think we picked her
because I don't
yet.
want somebody we
We
already
picked
double dipped on
we
Macho Man, I
picked
think.
huh?
Because then we already do Macho Man for two different types of things, or do we
No,
not?
Macho Man we only did once.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I have the list. I have a list of all of them.
okay, good, good.
Yeah, yeah. I write them down. Um, we did the Kari Sane.
Ah, okay, okay, all right,
Yeah, we did
that's
Kari
cool.
Sane, and we did Kari Sane. I'm looking at the women that we did. We did Mickey James, Kari Sane, Candice LeRae, Nikki Cross. Oh, the reason why I picked this one because I saw a tag match with her and Suzuki versus
Oh yeah, yeah,
and she slapped Suzuki slapped the shit out of her to tag her and then she
yeah. I
slapped the
know
shit out
they're
of him.
crazy.
So I was like, yeah, I kind of want to see some old school Oscar. So yeah, Oscar would be the pick. Or Kana, that's her
Mm-hmm.
name. So yeah, that would be the pick this week. Other than that, we'll wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Battle Podcast. You listen to us every week. Easy way to listen to Spotify, Red Cyclone Week. We have the Wrestling Babble on there, and the Guess But I Swear. Those are weekly casts, and we got the Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, the Not a Trekkie, and the Gamer Rage. Those are all monthly casts. We have a new Morphin Cast up this week, so definitely check that out. It's for Jungle Fury. And follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch. All Merc with the mic. And follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us, Red Cyclone Inc., anywhere and everywhere. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube. That is Spotify. That is SoundCloud. And we got a WordPress, so check it out.
Yep. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.